I guess the combining of different air sports into one discipline could have a massive impact for the future of aviation. Week after week we've showed you a combination of drones flying with aeromodelling, paragliding or hang gliding, and now we have something really special from the worlds of wingsuit flying and canopy piloting. Take a look at this.
It is a fairly unexplored discipline because it requires a high level of skill both from wingsuiters and canopy pilots.
Wingsuit team Fly Like a Bricks, Jenna Gigi and high-performance canopy pilot Julian Barthel explore the realm of dynamic XRW flying wingsuits together with parachutes. They used a Performance Designs Peregrine 64 parachute and a Phoenix Fly Raphael suit. And the result, recorded by Jan O'Cordia, is absolutely stunning. What a great start to the 7th season of Air Sports News. As always, I'm your host, REGAN TETLOW. Let's get into it. We're sending our congratulations to the junior British gliding team at their training competition during the Czech Republic National Championships. First place goes to Toby Freeland on the ASW 20 glider and the third place to Finn Slay on the same glider type. In the 15 metre class, 6th place goes to Henry Indigo Jones and 7th place to Tony Pavis. In the 15 metre class, 6th place goes to Henry Indigo Jones and 7th place to Tom Pavis. Great job, guys. Let's stay in the world of gliders because well-known German sails-playing pilot Stephan Langer invites everyone to join his amazing 2,400 kilometer glider trip that started just a few days ago.
See, the weather conditions are really great.
Traveling by glider with the power of nature is epic, especially when you have great weather conditions and when you arrive at an airfield with gliding activities. Stephan Langer divides his journey for at least 3 stages, and after the first one, he's travelled more than 900 kilometres. You can track his flight on weglide.org and on his YouTube channel. Are you waiting for the most epic paragliding race ever created? Great, because Red Bull X Alps is coming very shortly. The race kicks off with the prologue in REGAN Kleinhall on the 17th of June, with the main race starting as planned on June the 20th in Salzburg. Unfortunately, big gatherings of spectators will not be possible. This year, more than ever, we are encouraging all fans to follow the action via live tracking. As in the last edition, it will be a hub of content with a newsfeed updated every 15 minutes and featuring the latest social media images and videos. The Red Bull X Alps is firmly accredited as an elite sporting event under Austrian law. We can't wait for it to get started. See, during all these tough pandemic times over the last 15 months, I've really been missing visiting airfields and drop zones a lot. And finally, it's possible. So in the first episode of this season, my first special guest isn't on Zoom. Now in Canada, we can finally meet face to face and talk. So let's meet my first special guest this week, who is Dan 14, an amazing air display pilot based here in Montreal. You actually fly the jump aircraft.
Yes, I do.
At Parachute Montreal.
Correct, Parachute Montreal. I fly the Twin Otter at Parachute Montreal here in the greater Montreal area.
Where is that?
That away for about 10 minutes.
All right. You're also a commercial pilot?
Yes, actually a corporate pilot would be more accurate. I fly Global Express and Challenger 604 for a living.
That's what my boss flies.
That's what your bus flies?
I think it is, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice airplane. Yeah, very nice airplane.
Okay, well, the first one we have here is our L29, built in Czechoslovakia in 1968. This one is slightly different than the usual Delphin that you see around, in the sense that it's an L29R. It was made for photo reconnaissance, and technically not a Delphin, but more an oko, which means eye in Slovakian, I believe. So that's our jet. And then we also have the Baron here on the other side. Nice little sports car. And there's a 421, Cessna 421, and an Emstrom helicopter in the back of the hangar there.
In the aerobatics, how did you get involved in that?
Well, it was always a dream. I went to my first air show. I was 6 months old, so it was always a dream. My dad used to take me to air shows, and he could barely keep up with me. And so I've been to many air shows, and I saw the snowbirds many times over. So it's always been a dream of mine. So when I got out of the Air Force, for a while I thought that this dream had disappeared. It would remain a dream. Many years later, I met this gentleman, and him and I became friends. And he's a businessman, and we kind of formed a partnership where we manage a fleet of airplanes, and where one has abilities, the other one has other advantages. Yeah. So we started doing this. Michelle purchased the Nanchang, the Chinese airplane, in 1996. Believe it or not, 25 years ago today was my first flight in this airplane.
Really?
Yeah.
The full-length interview and the full hangar walk with Dan is now available on our YouTube channel. So maybe some of the base jumping fans are wondering, what is the best way to test a brand new canopy? Well, Maurizio De Palma tries to do his test of the new Hayduk wing in one of the most dangerous ways possible, jumping inside a large hall under construction. Hayduk Like represents what is an ideal balance of performance and passive safety. It offers improved glide, yet retains the benefit of slow forward speed in DBS. The result is more time for object avoidance in the case of an off-heading, with agile handling that allows for fast, easy and efficient turns using risers or brakes. I'm kinda happy with just jumping out of planes for now, to be honest. Travis Ludlow is setting himself up to break the world record as the youngest pilot to fly around the world solo this year in 21. He's just begun his journey and he's promised to show all his adventures during the flight. We kindly invite all general aviation fans to follow his track and watch the amazing videos from this difficult trip.
Today I'm flying from Gdansk in Poland to Pskov in Russia, and well, this is probably going to be my longest flight I've ever done. A very good flight, very fun. Get a good low pass on Moscow, low approach over Moscow, which is going to be a lot of fun. Really cool shots.
There should be a woman that has a base jumping record. I hope to be that woman, and I hope to inspire other women to beat me. These were the words of our second special guest this week, and she said them just a few months ago, just before smashing the world record for human-powered base and becoming the first woman to hold a base jumping world record. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Nicole Moon.
I did a base jumping record. So there were no women that had any base jumping records in the Guinness Book or that I had, known at the time. So I thought it was the 100-year anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which gave women our right to vote. So since Project 19 was sort of on hold, I thought it would be cool to do something in honor of all the women and men that got that passed. So I did like a 12-hour, let's see. So the most base jumps in 12 hours powered by human ascent. So it was like I had to hike up every time and just, make as many jumps as I could within a 12-hour period. So I think the minimum they would require would be 28 jumps. I ended up doing 37, and it was like hiking 18,000 vertical feet in 12 hours. So It was pretty intense day. It took me, about a week to kind of recover, but it was, it was super cool. I had a team of people that were far more experienced than me, and without them, none of it would have been possible. So that was a really cool experience to be a part of, and to have a lot of people that really had my back.
That's such a big day. What was the hardest part? There must have been some down points in there where you were, feeling like you couldn't do any more. What was the down parts?
Yeah, so the thing for me, like during the event, I had no question in my mind, like you're just gonna put one foot in front of the other and keep going. But the process of it was for sure a little more trying. When I showed up to the bridge and it's like 3,700 feet, I'm coming from sea level. I think I did maybe 10 jumps and hikes on the first day that I was there. One of the jumps, like the rig sliced in between my gums and my lip, and it was like I was by myself, and I'm like, you know, maybe I should just go home.
And if you want to know more from Nicole, please visit our Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. So is it possible for beginner drone racers to be part of one of the biggest drone racing events and learn from the best pilots? Well, yes, it is. Drone Racing League is looking for drone runners that want to apply and be part of these amazing competitions, and the ground crew as well. Take a look. Drone runners are the people sitting on the racetrack during the heats. When FPV pilots crash their drones, they're needed to go and find them on the track and safely bring them back to the pilots. While doing this, they can learn all the flying techniques of the fastest drone pilots on the planet. Hey, I don't mind doing a bit of that myself actually. Where can I apply? Do you remember last week's intro to our program where drone pilot Joey Helms flew his drone straight into the lava of the volcano? This video went viral with millions of views all around the world, but Joey has released another stunning video from Iceland's volcanoes. Take a look. The ongoing eruption of the Iceland Volcano Fagradalsfjall was one of the most magnificent sights of the volcano ever recorded. It is hard to put into words, but this once-in-a-lifetime drone footage may give you an idea what it feels like to actually be there. What is more important is in the upcoming video, Joey will be taking you on the ground and talk about what it's like to fly drones around a volcano like this and what you must look out for so you don't end up crashing. Garmin Autoland has been named the recipient of the 2020 Robert J. Collier Trophy for being the world's first certified autonomous system that activates during an emergency to safely control and land an aircraft without human intervention. This is what we call the future that is now. The Garmin Autoland system marks a significant improvement in civil aviation. Its ability to take over an airplane with a disabled pilot and land it safely will save many lives in the future. It's a remarkable technical achievement and clearly merits the Collier Trophy. Garmin introduced its emergency Autoland system in October 2019, and the first Autoland equipped aircraft received its FAA type certification in May 2020. The system is currently available on the Piper M600 SLS, Daher TBM 940 and Cirrus Vision Jet. And now it's time for our Hero of the Week section. We're switching it up. It's no longer a section about aviation movies. Now it's about modern pioneers of aviation and their incredible machines. Let's start with Hunter Kowad. Hunter Kowad is flying all over LA in his custom production-ready hoverboard, which he invented in his father's garage. After years of experiments and explosive fails, Kowad finally was able to publicly unveil his creation to the world, and he did so in the best manner possible by flying it. The hoverboard is like a giant drone with downward-facing propellers with a custom carbon fiber structure tested for durability and strength. Operated via a handheld remote, it can carry a payload of up to 500 pounds for a total weight of 750 pounds, which makes it perfect for carrying a human operator on top. And it comes with several redundancies for safety. For instance, it can still land safely after 2 of its motors have failed, or one of its 5 power systems. On the 5th of June 1989, the Antonov AN-225 Miranda took off from Kiev with the Space Shuttle Buran en route to the Paris Air Show. The total weight of takeoff was 1,234,600 pounds, the greatest weight ever lifted by an aircraft. The AN-225 was derived from the earlier 4-engine AN-124. It is operated by a flight crew of 6 or 7. The airplane is 84 meters long with a wingspan of 88 meters. The total wing area is 905 square meters. Wow. On the 6th of June 1955, test pilot Jean Boulet set 2 FAI world records for altitude without payload when he flew the number 2 prototype Alouette 2 to an altitude of 8,209 meters near Bourg in France. The Alouette 2 is a 5-place light helicopter operated by a single pilot. On the 7th of June 1919, numerous sources report that the Baroness de la Roche set a world record for women with a Caudron G3 biplane. There is a considerable variation among these sources though, with dates variously given as the 7th of June, 12th, 17th of June, or most often simply June. And the altitude which she is credited is also confused, varying from 3,900, 4,260, 4,500, 4,785, 4,800 and even 5,150 metres. Also on the 7th of June 1912, with Lieutenant Roy Kirkland flying a Wright Model B at College Park in Maryland, Captain Charles de Forest Chancellor was the first person to fire a machine gun mounted on an aircraft. The weapon was a prototype designed by Colonel Isaac Lewis. The Lewis gun was air-cooled, gas-operated, magazine-fed light machine gun. It could fire at a rate of 500 to 600 rounds per minute. The muzzle velocity was approximately 2,440 feet per second, and the effective range was 880 yards. So our contact details haven't changed since the last episode, so if you want to be in touch, please use the email shown on the screen right now. You can also contact with me directly on Twitter. And for this final of the episode, we bring you video from the first day's jumping again at the drop zone Sky High in Espach, Germany. Enjoy. We'll see you back here again next week. And don't forget to stay safe and keep your eyes on the skies.